If you find yourself in the same boat as I do, where I have spent money on capture cards only to find out that my monitor is not supported, specifically the 32 by 9 aspect ratio by Elgato capture cards, you are in the right place because I have a workaround for you. Let's jump into it. First thing you're going to want to do is plug in your Elgato card, and we are not going to use the pass-through for this. What we're going to do is plug in our regular monitor directly to the graphics card, run whatever settings you want to run. Once you have that done, you're going to come over to the graphics card and you're going to do customize, enable resolutions not exposed by the display, and we're going to create our own custom resolution. I've already made it here. If you are on the HD60 X card, you will have to downscale this to 1080p. So 32 by 9 in 1080p is 3480 or 3840 by 1080. And that's what you'll put here in these boxes. For me, since I have the 4KX capture card, I'm able to just do a one-to-one of my resolution, which is 5120 by 1440. Once you have that in there, you'll do test. It'll go through its little rigmarole, and then you'll have it available to use here. You'll hit OK, select it from the list, and then you are good to go. It's usually going to be locked to 60 hertz. That's just what the capture cards normally record at, I believe. So once you have that, in your system display settings, you will now see two equal monitors. If you had to scale it down to 1080p, it'll be the same shape, but this one will be slightly smaller. I tried doing the duplicate display option. It did not work, so don't waste your time on that. Unless you want to, just be ready to hit the revert button. Now that we've got these set up, make sure that the setting to display taskbar on all displays is turned off. You only want the taskbar on your main display. Otherwise, it's going to eat up valuable real estate on that second screen. Now that all that is set up, you're going to bring your main game screen, whatever game you're playing, you're going to bring that to the forefront, and we're going to utilize a tool or a utility known as Microsoft PowerToys. It's got a lot of cool stuff in there. I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. The main focus of my videos is to inspire you to try out new things, as well as provide solutions to niche problems. So I recommend giving Microsoft PowerToys a look over if you haven't heard of it or you've just browsed over it casually. The specific utility that we are going to be using from it is crop and lock. And what that does is once I trigger it, it's going to give me a little crosshair, much like capturing a screenshot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it over the entire game screen. Release. And that's going to give me a secondary window here that is one-to-one, no lag, which I think is pretty cool. No lag, no latency. It just gives you a one-to-one of the game screen. So I take this window and we're going to drag it off to the side onto our secondary display and double click the top bar to make it fill up the entire screen. And then we can hop over here into OBS. So now in OBS, you've added in the capture card as a video source, so you can bring in that signal. Now, due to the limitations again, the whole reason we're making this video, it's only going to display in this 16 by 9 aspect ratio. You can play around with the different resolutions and stuff. So like this right here, this drop down, you can enter in custom ones and play around with it. I tried entering in 1520 by 1440 and it just didn't work. If it did work, then I wouldn't have to worry about cropping it, but there's just limitations, unfortunately. So hopefully Elgato is coming out with a firmware update that will give us true ultra-wide support and not just that half measure, which is 21 by 9. So now you've got your display here. what I have found is the best crop is going to be, you go to transform, edit transform. On the top, we're going to do 555. And on the bottom, we're going to do 540. Now, the reason I'm taking a little bit more off the top is because there's no way to full screen that secondary window. So you're always going to have that Windows bar across the top of it. So you just have to kind of crop that out. So now I've got the display here. It's perfectly cropped to be in that 32:9 aspect ratio. Because of the bar on the top and the extra cropping we had to do there, we have some slight black bars on the side, but no one's going to see that. You can crop these off if you want, but they don't show up on my finished stream, so that's up to you how you want to handle the sides. So now that I have it, let's say I just want to show my entire, I want to flex and show them, hey, check out, I'm playing on Ultrawide. So you just have your gameplay down here and you can fill up the top with, you know, overlays and all that other stuff, whatever you want to do there. I used to do that for a while, but people gave me negative feedback on the Ultrawide. They didn't like it. So I just stream in regular 1080p. So what I do is I lock this to the top and to the bottom and just fill it up. So it just cuts off the sides. Now, at that point, I'm like, okay, how do I center it? You're going to right click, hit transform, center horizontally. And you can see how it just snaps it, boom, right into the middle. So that way, when I drag it down like this, snap it to the top, snap it to the bottom, I just right click, transform, center horizontally, and then boom, we've got a nice finished product. So my stream can see the game I'm playing. I always drag in the HUD, like even just for my personal preference. I hate when the HUD stretches all the way out to the edges of the screen because it's just, I can't see it as easily. So no matter what game I'm playing, I always drag the HUD into a 16:9 viewing frame. So my stream can also see my HUD and heads-up display and everything that's going on there as well. So again, that's all personal preference. These videos are meant to inspire you and just give you some ideas and maybe some niche solutions. If you guys have any other questions about my OBS setup or maybe have some problems that you want me to take a look at and see if I can put something together for it, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to take a look, happy to think outside the box and see what I can do. I was really happy with this workaround because I found this all by myself. I did not find this anywhere online. AI, ChatGPT could not give me the solution. This is 100% a human solution that I am now giving to you. So please drop a like if you like it, and we'll see you guys out there. Peace.